Julius Malema says we are still being disrespected by white supremacists. He also called out Elon Musk in his recent speech. Watch this clip.
We are told to move on from the crimes of apartheid, yet the reality of apartheid remains the same, because a white life in this country is worth more than black life. The worth of a white life on South Africa means so much that when there is a death of a white person due to crime that affects us all, it is called a white genocide. Because whenever a white person dies, the whole world must pay attention. Fellow fighters, we must refuse the idea that a black life is so cheap that even our history of sacrifice and resistance can be changed to message to conscience, to massage the conscience of our oppressors. Our people were massacred by apartheid regime today. The human rights of Africans have not changed ever since those Africans were killed here in Sharpeville in 1960. Our lives remain cheap, our dignity remains undermined, and we are still disrespected by white supremacists that insist that white people must be comfortable at the expense of black people. And when white people are not comfortable, then black people must be punished with sanctions and isolation. We must ask the ruling government, why do we not tell those who seek to sanction us for fighting for our land that it was Nelson Mandela's dream that South Africa should be equal? Why do we not remind the international community that loves Nelson Mandela so much that Nelson Mandela did not stand for reconciliation only, but he believed that the land and the wealth of South Africa must be shared, and for this he started an armed struggle because the white apartheid regime did not listen to a peaceful means. Why does this government not tell the USA that when white racists refused equality, Nelson Mandela said they must just be confronted with arms, and that today we are better because we are confronting racists with legislation and the Constitution to expropriate land without compensation. The approach of this government, which seeks to plead with imperialism, is cowardice, and we must never allow it. The USA is not interested in diplomacy. The USA is interested in dominance over us by any means necessary. And we must stand up and fight for ourselves because we represent a historical mission. And that mission is the return of the land. Whether Donald Trump's like it or not, we are going to fight for the return of the land in South Africa.
How come Julius Malema is the only one, or one of very few people, that call out what is going on and that are not afraid to stand up to white supremacy? Why is that really? We really need to ask ourselves. We need to look within, not just South Africa, but overall, Africans. Why are we like this? Why are we so shy to call out when something wrong is happening to us, when we're getting discriminated against, when white supremacy is thriving? We shy away from that conversation. Very, very few people talk about it and address it. We really need to look within and figure this out, because if we don't call out racism and what's happening to us, it will continue to happen, and they will rewrite history and tell us that our saviors, they've already done that, but it's gonna get worse. Anyways, fam, let us know down below what your thoughts are about what Julius Malema is saying.